Oh, hey good people. You know, 18 years ago, a couple of buddies and I were out riding our bikes in the forest, and we came up with an idea like, hey, maybe it would be a good idea to be stewards and take care of this place where we live. It's beautiful. It's where we want to settle down and raise our families and have our friendships. Before we knew it, we were over 25,000 strong, living our dream, making it a reality. We became a community of like-minded people. Greg and Henry and Mandy will be giving you guys some updates, monthly updates on what we got going, what's in the hopper. And so, yeah, just stay tuned in, and yeah, we'll see you down the road.
Welcome to our public service announcements, where we're going to bring everybody up to speed on what we're up to, what we've done, some of the things we're working on, and be able to share some of our happiest moments here in the La Sierra region. 2020 was a tough year on all of us, between COVID and then for us living up here in the La Sierra with wildfires and shutdowns with the forest, the amount of smoke we were dealing with. But we were still able to accomplish a lot. We were able to maintain 148 miles of trail. We built 10.5 miles of trail, and we were able to complete NEPA on 69 miles of new trail that's going to be shovel ready for 2021. So in addition to our trail programs this year, we started a brand new project. It's called Connected Communities. And the planning phase is funded through the Sierra Nevada Conservancy through California State Proposition 68 funds for resilient communities. And part of this project is connecting 15 mountain communities throughout the Northern Sierra with high quality, multiple use single track, and also creating Main Street trailheads in each of these towns to bring people in, to spend their money at the local establishments, and also make it so that people that live in these towns can easily access their public lands. So a big part of this project is to really look at this region, how we can connect up these mountain towns, the main streets of these towns, and also inventory the trails that exist on the forest, whether they're system trails or non-system trails, get a handle on what's out there, what areas people want to be able to recreate in that are close to their community where they don't have to get into a car. They can just walk or ride their bike or their horse right from town to access public lands. And also, you know, really this is the people's plan. This is a plan that's going to be created from the communities for the land managers to be able to use in their planning. So when we started this, we thought, you know, hey, we're going to have town hall meetings. So every town we're going to host a series of meetings. We're going to get public input. And with COVID, we had to derail that a little bit. And so the approach we're taking now is we've been doing paper booklet surveys and online surveys, with creating little kiosks where we're putting kiosks with booklets and a drop box for input at all essential businesses in each of these communities to help gather public information. We've hosted a bunch of like in-person, socially distanced meetings with small groups of people outdoors to try and get input, usually with organization or agency lead folks, so they can take that information back to their folks and digest what we're trying to do, and also provide additional input into this project. So at this point, we've gotten around 600 people that have provided input on this survey, and we're making the rounds through each of these communities. Right now, we're currently in the Portola region, and as part of this, we've been doing some historical stories on each of these towns, which has been a great asset and resource for people through social media to be able to read about these towns and contribute some of their stories about their history.
2020 OHV Trail Projects update. We're going to start with our Plumas OHV grant, which covered all 3 districts of the Plumas National Forest, and part of it even went into Sierra County on the Mount Fillmore Trail. We'll start up here on Mount Huff, just outside of Quincy, where we have a total of 70 miles in this grant. A lot of our work focused just on drainage work and a lot of brushing to keep the trails open. We also have Nelson Creek in this grant, which is a historic route running from McRae Meadows down to Zumwalt Flat. Really cool old trail there. The Mount Fillmore Trail was the one that took the majority of the work for the project this year, where we were armoring creek crossings, building new drains, and doing a lot of brushing just to keep that trail in good shape. For the Tahoe National Forest OHV work, we have 60 miles of trail in the Downieville Trail system that we were working on this year. More focus on minimizing erosion, a lot of drainage work, armoring, rock armoring, different creek crossings, as well as rock armored drain dips. We also had the Calida Trail, which is another OHV project. It was a total of 20 miles connecting from Halls Ranch up to Chimney Rock Trail, and we built 3 miles of that trail, helping complete it, which got us to our 100th mile of trail built by the stewardship. So our main objective with the majority of our trail work is to simply keep them open to the public. But by keeping them open to the public, that means minimizing any erosion issues and keeping them as sustainable as possible while keeping them safe and fun for all the users to enjoy. Starting the 2020 season on the Downieville side was a Sierra Rack project where we were working through the North Yuba Trail just downstream from Goodyear's Bar. There was a large landslide there that completely took out the trail, and it removed all the soil down to bedrock, so we were blasting into the bedrock to re-bench the trail, and it took a while, but we got that one done. The North Yuba Trail from Goodyear's down to the Rocky Rest campground had been closed for the past 5 years due to this landslide, and once we finally built through it, it is back open to users.
So 2020 was a challenging year. Once we got approval through the National Forests and the Public and Sierra Health Department to work following like COVID guidelines, we were able to get a lot done. We had 52 volunteer days and we had 336 volunteers on the forest this year. Another thing we did this season is around Portola. We have a good chunk of money to start construction on the Beckworth Peak Trail, which is a 19.7 mile non-motorized trail. It goes around Beckworth Peak. It starts in the town of Portola and then also on A17. And we're really excited to start that. And another big thing that we did this year is we finished the NEPA, CEQA, and all the environmental planning for Mount Huff Phase 2. This will add 37 miles to the system. Right now the system is a little bit disjointed. Things might feel like one-way trails, and this will really give users a lot of options. If you can go for a 2-mile hike, you can go for a bigger 4 or 5 hour adventure. We'll have a trail going down to Taylorsville, and we're really excited that that project is now shovel ready. So this year with the COVID-19 pandemic, it was a challenge transporting volunteers to projects. And so we were really proud of our partnership with Plumas County Behavioral Health. We were able to safely transport volunteers over to the Bucks Lake area. We worked out brushing out and raising the height of the trail in a really swampy area on Bucks Creek Loop. Another way we thought creatively of getting volunteers to projects is with Plumas Charter School and Indian Valley Academy. Indian Valley Academy was able to meet us at Peters Creek Trail, which is only a couple miles from their school, and we were able to bench out that trail. So we're really excited that with all these restrictions with COVID-19, we're still able to safely get people out on the forest.